1,000 gal, I wanna jam on. Look where we reach, hello. Hey, why we bringing sun up to the beach?
All right, folks, so on today, our Caribbean check-in, we have Catherine Nurse, the visionary behind Immortelle Beauty. She's the Chief Executive Officer and founder, and she joins us via Zoom all the way from Trinidad. Well, she's from Trinidad and Tobago, but she's in Trinidad, Santa Cruz. I almost said Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, but she's not in Jamaica, she's in Trinidad. Her remarkable path as an entrepreneur in the realm of bath and body care within Trinidad and Tobago. See her there? In Jamaica, we have a word called bossy, so she look bossy on my TV. Catherine, good morning. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
I can't complain. Give thanks. It's so wonderful to have you with us this morning, our Caribbean check-in. You've been all over the place, though. You left Trinidad and Tobago, and you went all over the world, and then you came back. So let's start there. Why did you leave your home in the first place? Where did you go? And to do what?
So first of all, I think it's so important to have a very international vision when you're creating products, because I want to bring the best to my local customers. So first, I went to university undergrad in the United States, and I have a degree in biology. And then I got my start in the cosmetic industry there in New Jersey. And then I went to do a master's in luxury brand management that took place in 3 different countries. So I went to Shanghai, China. I went to Italy, Florence, and I went to Paris in France in order to get the education, the marketing, and the branding elements of it, so that I knew what to do to create a local luxury brand.
No, sir. The bold traveler. But where did the fascination in what you do come from, and how early in life? And biology and cosmetics, well, that fit?
It's a strange mix, right? That's a good question. I don't know a time in my life where I wasn't interested in fashion and beauty. I feel like it must have come from seeing my mother. My mother, when I was younger, always would travel and have like a big box of beauty products. She would stock up when she traveled. And so she would never be without her moisturizers and her perfumes. And that just was part of my life that I knew growing up. And so I started studying science because that was always something I was good at. And I was going to school to be a doctor. And then I realized I didn't want to be a doctor. That wasn't glamorous enough for me. So I was going to throw away these years that I had spent studying science. And so I tried to figure out a way in which I could bring the two together. And I started reading magazines and researching, and I found out this career of cosmetic chemist, which at that point in time, people didn't really know about, was a way to bring together the science and the beauty. And that is where I went from there.
You've gone more than 10 years, I think, in the business. So it can't be said you're a young entrepreneur. But in Jamaica, when I speak to young entrepreneurs, starting the business is usually tough to get financing and all kinds of stuff. What about in Trinidad and Tobago? How easy, how difficult was it for you to get this off the ground?
So in Trinidad, I speak to a lot of small business owners, young business owners, and they too have the same struggles. I was very blessed to have an extremely supportive father. He is my angel investor, and he's also a partner in the business. And so he was the person who helped me get it off the ground in the first couple of years, while we were still trying to get the word of mouth out there, while we were trying to build up our market. And so since then, we've been able to get grants from different public funding agencies. We've been able to enter competitions that have helped not only the financial aspect of the business, but also increase awareness and legitimacy of the business as well.
Yep. Again, we like foreign things. We like to hear things come from over there, and we love that. What kind of acceptance did you get for doing a local business for local people? Did they jump at you?
So jump would be a strong word. So how it went was that my father first had to force many of his friends to purchase, and then people would give it as gifts, and then gradually, I thought it was going to be, I brought out these amazing products and people would love them immediately. That was not the case. It was started out with this process of slowly introducing people. People received it as gifts, and then they would come back and be like, that lotion you sell me actually was really nice. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then they would gradually come and become return customers and then advocates. And then they would be telling people about how great the products were. It's true that people really love international products. So that's why I think it's great to have an international sensibility, but tie it back into a local product so that our customers realize that there is international standard available at home.
Yeah, that's a fantastic answer, actually. Where did the name come from? Immortelle?
My brother named it. I am very bad at naming things, so I always lean on people for that. And so the name actually came from the Immortelle tree. I wanted a kind of an image that resonated with the idea of Caribbean women being nurturers and caretakers. And the Immortelle tree is grown on cocoa plantations to shield and cover the cocoa from the sun. And so I thought that was a great metaphor, and it's also a beautiful tree. It's orange and beautiful, and so that's what we went with.
No, sir. I love what I do because I learn every single day. I've never heard of an Immortelle tree.
Yes.
I have to go Google it and see what it looks like. I like this spot, a company that makes little local luxuries. Little and luxury kind of not supposed to be because luxuries. Exactly. So what do you do? What do you make? What do you sell?
So our little local luxuries are bath and body and home fragrance products. So we do lotion, shower gels, body butters, scrubs. We also do candles, diffusers. So it's about making your skin feel great, as well as your space and your room and your ambience. And those are our two main product lines right now.
Yeah, who decides the kind of fragrance and stuff that goes into what you do? Because these things, you have different kind of fragrances, I suspect, in candles and stuff like that. So is this a local thing, or do you go with what everybody has been going with forever?
So the fragrances are not sourced locally. I wish that were available to me. However, I do source my fragrances with a local sensibility in mind. So I know after the years, the 10 years, the 12 years, I know what our customers like, what Caribbean customers are looking for in a fragrance. So even though I love all my fragrances, it's not just about what I like, it's what I think the market will respond to.
Yeah. Are you where you want to be? Because they say success is a journey. Are you where you want to be? Are there more things on the pipeline? Are you going to change lanes pretty soon? Or are you going to stick with this and make it the greatest in history?
I do have little areas I want to offshoot into, but I want to stick with this and make it the greatest in history. I am not where I want to be yet, but my goals for my business are less about, KPIs and like capitalists, like being the top of the market. I'm very about the kind of lifestyle that I want for myself, the kind of lifestyle I want to create, the kind of things that I want to be able to do with the business and personally. And those are the goals that I have for myself. And I am not there yet. So I am still plugging away at it and hope to be there soon.
Well, you seem to be such a confident person. I'm so certain you will get there pretty soon. I wanted to kind of show off at the start and say, oh, God. But I didn't know if I sound like a Trini when I said that. How I sound just now. Was all right?
Sounds very funny.
So great to meet you. Thank you for being a part of our program this morning.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, man, it is our pleasure. Continue to do what you do. Hopefully one of these days you'll be in the studio with us to tell us that
I love an invitation. I love
man. Hopefully you'll tell us that you've branched out in Jamaica, selling stuff, Immortelle beauty stuff in Jamaica. God bless you and your family and your business. Look after yourself. Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Immortelle Beauty, Trinidadian Catherine Nurse. That's it for our Caribbean check-in.